I was watching Dr. Mike Israetel and Chris Williamson work out on the Modern Wisdom vlog channel yesterday. And Dr. Mike said something very interesting, actually. And maybe it's because he's been married for a while and not in the game. And after that, like, you know, all his other status markers or indicators have gone up, you know, like fame and renown, wealth, all this stuff, right? Because he said the most powerful thing, really the strongest asset we can offer to women is deep presence, you know? Yeah, of course, like looks matter and wealth matters and all those sorts of things. And probably, you know, a baseline level of physical attraction or potential for physical attraction is like the primary tier. But, you know, he made a great point that I've always thought, which is like it's like a multi-tiered process. And there's certain things that, you know, are necessary but not sufficient, essentially. So looks is one of them. But once you meet that threshold for that woman, like then really it's just like the energy that you bring, the awareness that you bring, you're like masculinity, for lack of a better word. You know, the way he did it was funny because he was like, yeah, girls like me. You're like, hey, what's up? You know, but they just feel that like, oh, you got massive balls. And that's a good way to live life. That was one thing I liked about New York City, is that like it really forced me to be like, dude, these are my massive balls and I'm approaching you with them. Here in New York, I mean here in Barcelona, it's a bit more chill, a bit more friendly. The girls will be like receptive to you no matter what you say or do. Fuck, I did not need all of this. It's not quite that hot. So, yeah, fuck. It's not quite that hot, cold rather. Girls are friendly and all that kind of stuff. But I think they still respond to the same shit at the end of the day. So, yeah, I'm gonna go back. Amazing. I'm gonna like switch out this jacket for my hoodie. And then I will continue my thought. Okay. So, part 2. Oh, I kind of forgot what I was saying. I was talking about women almost certainly. Deep presence, all that shit, yeah. Part 2, so yeah, it's Monday, this is my birthday week. I've got a bunch of stuff I have to do still in preparation for the boys to come. Even a part of it is I have to figure out a plan B for Friday, because this Barcelona weather is just very moody, so it could very easily rain or be bad weather. The last 3 days, early last week, the forecast was sun. The last 3 days, or rain. The last 3 days it was sun. Now it's rain again. Realistically, what's going to happen is that day it's going to rain for 2 hours or something like that. But if it rains for 2 hours in the morning, or if it rains 2 hours at 8 p.m., it's going to massively affect what we can do, and whichever plan B I have to come up with. I also decided that I'm going to, at least for this week, because I'm fucking feral, you know, I'm horny as fuck. So I'm going to take a break from the 90-day no cold approach challenge. Damn, I kind of feel weird even saying it, because I hate to compromise on my goals, you know. But also it's just dude, all my plans right now all involve men for this whole week, and I don't want to reach a point where I'm oh, you know, and then we end up well, either I end up just jerking off a bunch of porn, which I don't want to do. We end up going to a strip club, or you know, something worse. So I would rather just be yeah, let me take that energy and invest it into a real life, real woman. So at least for this week, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll be, because it's my birthday, I'll give it to myself as a gift. Also because I would like at some point, you know, whether it's when we go to Shoko or on the boat, or if we have like I'm considering if we should have like a house party Saturday night. But yeah, it would be great to just have like a bunch of chicks around. Other than that, I was also considering if I should do Alex Leon's. I remember he did that like 48-hour challenge when he was in Barcelona, actually. So I was wondering if I should do something similar to sort of inaugurate the week. Could be an interesting idea, like set the timer from 12 p.m. today and, you know, sort of give myself like a bit of a challenge and see how that goes. Yeah, anyway, right now I'm going to the gym, going to be working, I don't know what. I haven't really been tracking my Wendler workouts. I'm running through the first week right now. So that's like 3 reps of 5 at 65% max or something like that. Maybe it's supposed to be 75, I don't remember. But I'm doing 65 right now. So I'll run through that first week and then I'll figure out like the best way to track it. I think it's because I don't want to track it on my phone. So maybe I'll get a little notebook. Maybe I'll get like another fanny pack. So yeah, Wendler. I'm trying to figure out what the like major bottleneck business-wise is, and it still continues to be client acquisition, obviously. Although in theory, I have 2 meetings scheduled this week with buyers with authority, need, and timing. In theory, you know, Quinn, if he ever books the Calendly, and then also Arjun. So that would mean that goal for this week is already hit at least. And then beyond that, the secondary, of course, is like expertise development and validation. And so that could be the course, that could be the book. That could be me going back to Josh Camo's CSS course. And so yeah, those are the priorities work-wise. And yeah, I think that's pretty much what the whole week is going to look like. Yalla. Okay. I just left the apartment on my way to the WeWork for a couple hours. There's apparently a Porsche center like less than 20 minutes from city center, so I'll go check them out around 4 or 5 o'clock. I figure if I go to WeWork, get a couple hours of core work done, that'll be a good and productive use of today. And yeah, also officially it's 12:35, something like that, so I'm now inside my 48-hour window of time for the Alex Leon challenge. So let's see how that goes, although it's a rainy day and I'm, as I said, working and doing all my sort of stuff, but let's see how that goes. And yeah, that's it really. I guess I feel a little bit nervous about doing all that stuff. Also today, I feel like I'm pretty dripped out. The polo hat, I'm still 50-50 on it, but I think it works really well with this fit. So yeah, let's see how it goes for the first time. Okay, so right now I'm leaving the WeWork. I was in there like 3 hours. Made some copywriting changes to the service offerings that I had, and really just like clarified them more. So now it's explicitly like system audit and hardening. I forgot the second one. Then the third is monitoring and observability build out. I'm not sure if it's affecting the audio, but you can hear like it's really windy now. It got colder, and basically there's just it's gonna rain in like an hour or so. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna go to, in fact the matter just started raining. I'm gonna go to the Porsche dealership and speak with them about rentals for the weekend and try to get like a jump on that. And then after that, I don't know. I do want to buy a Halloween costume, so maybe I'll swing back down around here to do that. I'm getting distracted. And I may even come back to the WeWork and do a bit more work through the evening. It really just depends. I've done the main thing I wanted to do, right? So as I said, the service offerings are more well defined. This is also just for my call with Zach and with Arjun whenever I end up speaking with him. Made some minor changes to the culture page and fixed a minor layout thing as well. So yeah, not like a super intense work day at all. And I'm gonna reach out to Mark. Dude, I don't know what's going on. I'm just, my brain's over. So to Mark and ask, because I didn't hear from him today, so ask if he was able to take a look at the any more accounts, and also if you can start generating leads as we discussed. So yeah, that's it. All right, I'm almost at the Porsche dealership, and I've just been like in my head this whole time about cold approach, and I just immediately remember like, oh yeah, this shit's hard. You know, it's not hard, it's really not, but it's hard because it's all psychological at the end of the day. And I think it would be good. I mean, I also saw, I think really like one girl I should have approached, but she was like just walking fast, and I didn't really see her face. And by the time I was like, oh, maybe I should approach her, she was already down there, and I was like, okay, no. But I think it's one of those things like, you know, sometimes you just have to jump into the water, so to speak. But because I haven't done it yet, I'm just walking around like in my head. Anyway, I'm almost there, so I'm not even sure what questions I really want to ask. I guess the main thing I just want to understand what's the rental process like, which vehicles do they have available for rental this weekend, what information would they need, the all-in costs, and who can actually drive the vehicles, and also like the number of days, you know, if it's just for one day or if I can keep them through the weekend. And I think with those it will be like sufficient information to figure out the next steps. All right, so I'm texting the guy from the Porsche rental service right now. And I think I'm gonna get a Macan, which is like an electric vehicle, because it can hold 5, so we can use that to drive around the whole weekend. And then beyond that, maybe get like a 911 Carrera. The problem is cost, you know, like, of course, because the Macan is like 1K euros, maybe $1,200, and then, which I have to send rent. And then the Carrera is like 2,500, you know, so it's coming out to like 4K, give or take, so $4,500 USD. I'm not really sure if that's worth it, but maybe the Macan, and then like a BMW or a Mercedes or an Audi, something like that. And on top of that, yeah, I think maybe that's more reasonable. Just because, like, I think 4K on cars doesn't really make sense. We can just instead like have the what's it called, that extra $3,000-ish or $2,000-ish if I get another vehicle that's more reasonable, let's say. And then that extra money we can like actually put into the like a Lambo or Ferrari or something like that for that Saturday afternoon is my thinking. So I'll figure out the details. I'll see if I can find a good BMW or Mercedes for the weekend. Other than that, right now I'm on my way to get some food. I'm near the cathedral. There's always some guy on acoustic guitar singing a ballad here. And then, yeah, I'm on my way to get some food. And then either I'll go home or I'll go to Soho. I'm gonna see how I feel after eating. And if I go home, I'll get some work done and do some approaches on the way. And if I go to Soho, I'll get some work done there and be like a bit more chill, I guess, in casual evening. Also, I had like 3 misses. I approached a very beautiful girl, but she was a hijabi. So I think it was probably a bit of a waste, but like she was very beautiful. I just felt like compelled or drawn to her. And we talked for about 10 or 15 minutes. But you know, I don't really, there's no chance it's gonna go anywhere. I mean, you never know, of course. But she's like all like serious about her religion and shit. She did mention she had an ex-boyfriend, so that's interesting. I should have dug into that and found out what it means. But yeah, she seems like one of these girls that wants like a lot of investments and stuff. And she has 160K Instagram followers, so you know, she's just like massively validated about her beauty all the time, which she is very beautiful, I will admit. It's like one of these modesty accounts. So, other than that, yeah, then there were 3 other girls I saw that I should have probably approached, that I would say were genuine misses. So not doing super great on the challenge. Maybe I'll see how I do the rest of today evening. And if it's not going well still, I don't know. I'll probably just do a reset, treat today as like breaking the ice, so to speak, and then give myself a proper 48 hours tomorrow. Which is that cheating? Yeah, maybe, but fuck it. Back home, whew, I'm sweating. Yeah, I immediately made the mistake of being in my head, of course, at the start, which is fine, I guess. And then at the end, like just sort of walking around aimlessly, which is not fine. Not a very high ROI use of my time, which continues to be the core problem, right? So if I also think to today and what I could have done better in terms of that, I honestly think just like blocking out 90 minutes or 60 minutes, even in the middle of the day, and just being like, during this time, I'll talk to 305 girls. And then I just spent the rest of my day normally, like I would have. And also talk to any girls would have been significantly better. So I think that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. And I also think tomorrow, sort of like, as I said, do a reset. So tomorrow and Wednesday, I'll treat as the 2 days of the challenge, I guess. Yeah, so I'm back home. I'm going to work for a little bit. I'll review the account lists that Mark set up and check if I got, you know, any emails or any LinkedIn messages or anything like that. I got the meeting with Zach tomorrow, which is great. And yeah, that's it. That's the plan. That's the vibe. That's the move. That's the schmoove. That's the schmoovement. And then, I don't know. I'll figure something out.